Hello everyone, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel and part 2 of Flip This Dollhouse. So this is part 2 and we are in New Bedford, Massachusetts, which is south of Boston, and we are at the world's largest dollhouse store. Now last week we took a look at their museum area and we also took a look at my old childhood dollhouse and ideas and ways to rehabilitate it, bring it from my 7-year-old self back into my adult self, and I'm really looking forward to improving that slowly on my Patreon. But on this episode we are exploring this whole main area. There's like 30 something, if not more, dollhouses. It's packed and there's all kinds of accessories, and I can't wait to show you what's new and bring you along.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel, the owner of Flip This Dollhouse, the largest dollhouse shop in the world. And I'm going to show you around today some of our dollhouses we've gotten in recently or that we've completely rehabbed, flipped recently. So this one right here is the Lily from Greenleaf, and I was super excited when I acquired this dollhouse because I've been collecting dollhouses for 23 years now. I've probably owned over 400 dollhouses and I've never owned this one. So it was kind of like the holy grail. It was the dollhouse I always wanted, but it always got away from me. Every time I went to buy it, it had already sold or whatever. So this one we found and it was incomplete. It had never been finished. The part that had never been finished was the roof. And the roof on this house is kind of complicated because it's a mansard style roof. So these pieces of wood here were actually bent to be in that shape, and then in order to finish the roof and add all the trim, add the shingles and the flashing, it was kind of complicated. It was not your typical dollhouse gable roof. It's a mansard style roof because this would be considered, I think, a Second Empire Victorian. So this house has a lot of character, a lot of trim. We stuck to a very kind of earthy, masculine color scheme with shades of green, cream, and brown. So we kind of stained the porch, the door, and the shingles brown. But the other thing I really like about this house, it has so much character. I like that you can access it from the side and the back. It gives the house more dimension. Not just that, but there's also 2 rooms deep, like a real house. So, you know, we staged the interior. We did a little living room here, a bedroom here. And then on this side, which we considered the back of the house, we did a dining room, a bedroom, a kitchen, a little sitting room, another bedroom. This could be a storage room or whatever you want it to be. The company that this house came from, Greenleaf, they're not easy kits to build. The wood is kind of thin and difficult to work with, but when it's done right, they're beautiful. They have a lot of detail and character. So one of my favorite houses in stock right now is this beach house, which we actually call the weathered beach cottage, because when it came in, we repainted it, we flipped it, but then I went back and distressed every square inch of it. So every inch of the exterior of this house, the shingles, the siding, and even like the hardwood floors, painted it this kind of pretty sea glass color, and then did a gray wash over it to give it a little bit of a weathered look.
It looks a little familiar.
Yeah, actually, this is the same house as your dollhouse.
Really?
This was a kit from Real Good Toys, and we decided to go in a beachy direction with it, and you could do many different things with this house. I made the little shell wreath here for the door. So I did the interior of this house. You can see in the living room, kitchen, bedroom, there's a sitting room and a bathroom. I stuck to the same color scheme throughout. Everything's white, blue, there's a little bit of sea foam, a little bit of yellow. Some of the furniture we customized or painted, like the coffee table, the fireplace was painted and then distressed. The sofa, we actually added contrast welting to it. These tables here are 3D printed. I love the rugs in this house. The trundle bed up here, we actually made the bedding and the pillows for it. In the kitchen here, there's a mirror that was handmade out of shells.
I like the fake sand.
Oh, I know. So it was actually snow, and I painted it to look like sand. So this is a townhouse that we flipped when we got it in. I think we call it the brownstone actually because of the color of the brick. But I love the black windows and the coach lamps on either side of the front door. It's got 3 levels, and what these dollhouses are great for is someone that's limited on space, because instead of the square inches or square footage going out, it goes up. So we have people that come in and they're like, I want a dollhouse, but I just don't have room for one. And I say, well, do you have about this much room somewhere, like on a dresser or a table? And usually they do. And this is the type of house that we recommend to someone who doesn't have a lot of space, because the square footage goes up. We decided to do a very kind of earthy tone, so we stuck to greens, browns, beiges, even with like the wood tones, the wallpaper, the area rugs, the upholstery, everything. We tried to stick to that same color scheme, and it just makes a dollhouse much more pleasing to the eye when the whole thing flows. So the first floor we did a living room with a fireplace. I love the upholstered sofa. Second floor we did a master bedroom and a sitting area. Upstairs we did an office and a bathroom. We imagined this as something that would maybe be in Boston, a brownstone in Boston. So this is a really rare dollhouse from a company that I don't think I've ever had any dollhouses from. They were called Majestic Mansions. They made dollhouse kits, but they also made and sold windows, doors, components, like building supplies. So I was really excited when I got my hands on this house. The only thing with this house is when I purchased it, in the picture they showed it with a set of front stairs. And then when I picked up the house, the stairs were missing. So I asked the seller, you know, where did the stairs go? And they were like, I don't know, too bad. So we had to make our own stairs. So we actually completely, you know, constructed these stairs to go with the house. And I actually like them more than what would have gone there. This model was their Italianate mansion townhouse. But it's really beautiful. I love the paint colors. I love the color of the wooden door. On the roof, there's actually copper flashing. And then on the inside of this house, we decided to stick to a color scheme of blue, brown, white, with a little bit of red. So red's kind of the accent color, the pop of color. So we did hardwood floors in most of the rooms and tile in the bathrooms. We added baseboard and crown molding to many of the rooms. We also did this awesome wall paneling in that front room. So it's kind of like a formal living room. And then the second room over here is the dining room. Downstairs we have a TV room and a kitchen. The kitchen has like the original fireplace that would have been how they cooked when the house was first built. So we imagined this as a really old townhouse that got updated with modern amenities. Upstairs we have the master bedroom. And a bathroom. We could have probably put a second bedroom somewhere if we wanted to, and if a customer buys this house, they can set up the layout however they want. but we decided to just do one master bedroom here, which actually has a balcony door that leads out to this balcony. So it's our Italian mansion townhouse from Majestic Mansions. We actually treat Dollhouses just like a real interior design job. I imagine like I have a customer with a style in mind and I try to stick to it.
So if you don't like your family, you can always pick a different family.
So this giant house is actually a Second Empire Victorian from Solarity Miniature Homes. Solarity Miniature Homes was a more rare, kind of higher end dollhouse company. I think this is the only dollhouse I've ever owned from that company. When this came in, it was a completely naked shell and it didn't come with any of the doors or windows. So we actually had to add all the windows, the doors, the columns, the hardwood on the porch. We made the front steps. We made the chimneys. We added all the railings and the trim. This was the first house that we ever actually did stained glass window on. So this actually has stained glass and like a leaded brass insert over it. This one we decided to do kind of like earthy tones but with a pop of color. So we did this dark green on the siding. We did metallic copper on the roof. We thought about doing shingles but we figured it was going to be a little too busy. So we said, let's just do metallic copper. And then if you look closely at the windows, they're actually multiple colors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors just on this one window. So we happen to have enough windows in the right sizes in stock in our building supplies department to finish the house. And one of our signatures that we like to do with our dollhouses is on the front porch, we don't always like to do the typical railing. We like to do columns. So we have a couple houses in stock right now, probably 3, 4, or 5, that have columns instead of the typical railings and spindles. We built these custom chimneys for it with the smokestacks. And then on the inside, we spent quite a while finishing all of the rooms. We added the hardwood flooring to most of the rooms. We did tile in the kitchen, bathroom, and we did carpet in some of the bedrooms. But on the first floor here, we did a living room here, with a little music area, a sitting room over here. On the right side, we did a kitchen with a table in it. Upstairs we have a master bathroom, a master bedroom, a hallway with the real hardwood flooring, a bedroom in all pink, white, green. Upstairs is a nursery / playroom, another hallway, and another bedroom. This is a very large house. It takes up about a 6-foot table here.
This actually almost looks like a water lilies Monet kind of bedroom.
Yeah, that mural actually inspired the whole bedroom. So we put up the mural and then we worked off of it. So we pulled the greens and the purples out of it for the room.
I love it when a dollhouse has a dollhouse in it. That's so pretty. And for the music lovers out there, you're gonna have your very own grand piano, but you're gonna have trouble playing it.
So this is a built version of the room box from House of Miniatures. So the back is actually removable. So what people do sometimes is they will cut out a picture from a magazine of a beautiful landscape or some sort of scenery or a cityscape, and then you put a light in that back room that backlights it, and it looks like you're looking outside, right? So this could either have like a separate room over here, it could be, you know, like a living room and some hallway off of it, or it could even be like a shop with, you know, like an entry here and then the shop is in here. Very sturdy, and we've got 3 of them in stock. We just decided to build one of them.
So this is a great option for people with not a lot of space or just starting out in dollhouses.
Yeah, we have some dollhouses that aren't much smaller, really. They're around the same footprint, but it is a good starter thing if you want a dollhouse and you don't have room or you want to start small. Thanks for coming in and checking out Flip This Dollhouse, the world's largest dollhouse shop. Come check us out and see why we have customers that come from all over the world.
All right, so that finishes out this whole dollhouse tour. I had so much fun. Also, if you want to see my progress on my own dollhouse, check out my Patreon, which will be up. Also, I'm going to be doing all kinds of updates and special photos and clips. That's going to be more of like my behind the scenes stuff. Totally worth checking out. Other than that, if you like this kind of stuff, I am a travel and food vlogger, and I have new episodes every Sunday at 3 p.m. EST. So please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It all helps my channel and it lets you know when I have a new episode out. I also do live streams every Monday, which is Stardew Valley, and then World of Warcraft Wednesdays, so be sure to check that out as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday with a new episode. Bye!